What's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my final predictions video for The Walking Dead Season 5, at least in terms of an episode predictions. This one's for the finale, Season 5, Episode 16, which is called Conquer. Okay, and spoiler warning, if you guys have not seen episode 15, try yet. Just did the review a little while ago. If you haven't seen the review yet, go ahead and click here, and it'll open in a new tab. You can pause this or watch the review first. Whatever you want to do, watch this and then watch the review after. It doesn't really matter. But it's really in-depth, like 20 minutes, and we go into lots of detail. Going to do another video, of course, giving my thoughts on the decision that Michonne makes, spoiler warning, when she just blasts Rick with the rock. So she drops a ton of bricks, just boom, smashes them with the rock. So gonna do that probably tomorrow or the next day. So heads up for that if you're not new to the channel, you want to see these videos, you want to subscribe, bottom left, click there to subscribe. For those of you who already follow the channel, you can look forward to us talking about that tomorrow or the next day. So man, episode 15, amazing. The fight scene, incredible. Watch the review to hear all my thoughts on it. Episode 16, the finale, Conquer. So the 90-minute episode and a half of what is, gonna do another video when it's done on whether or not Season 5 is the best season of The Walking Dead. I think it's pretty easy to say, yes, it is, I think, at this point. Just an amazing season. So anyway, we'll leave that as well for another video. This one we're going to be focusing on what do we think is going to happen in the finale. So, lots of different things going on in The Walking Dead right now. I can see why they made it a 90-minute episode as Conquer, because there's just so many different things happening. You've got Tara, who, is she going to survive? Is she going to die? What's going to happen? You've got Daryl and Aaron, who have run into the wolves, it seems, or are about to. They're in and around the same vicinity that the wolves are in. They are finding zombies with W's on their heads. They're finding a girl tied to a tree with her guts hanging out, turning into a zombie with, W, and Daryl puts her down. Are they going to run into them? It seems like it. To read the description for this one, the synopsis reads, Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 16, Conquer. Daryl finds himself in trouble while out on the run. Meanwhile, in Alexandria, Rick and his group continue to feel like outsiders as danger lurks near the gates. So, I'll put that in the description. You guys can go ahead and read that if you want. Let's dissect it. Daryl finds himself in trouble out on the run. Well, it's pretty easy. We can predict that based on that, he's going to run into the wolves, I would say. Him and Aaron are going to probably, after episode 15 and seeing what this group is doing, they're going to try to avoid them, I would think. They're going to, leave unless Daryl gets a crazy idea to try to hunt them down and kill them, which I think he's too smart for that. I think he realizes that the two of them by themselves against however many the wolves could have is probably a bad idea. So it seems to me like they're going to head back because they're going to know that this group is not the kind of group that is fit for the Alexandria safe zone that they would want to join with them, definitely, and somebody they definitely need to steer clear of. But in doing so, I think the wolves are gonna catch a glimpse of them, and we're gonna see Daryl and Aaron take off, but they're going to be chased on the run. So them being on the run, the wolves chasing them. Somehow we have to see the wolves kind of find the location and attack the Alexandria safe zone. I would think. I think that's where we're going with this. Will we see it this season? The second part of the description reads about feeling like outsiders as danger lurks near the gates. So will Daryl and Aaron run back to Alexandria and in the process lead the wolves back? Will we see some kind of danger happen inside amongst the group? We've got, of course, Peter, who, imagine how he feels at this time. Yes, he hasn't been perfect, but it's a zombie apocalypse. Everybody has to do things that are not right or not moral. And he's made a lot of mistakes. He should never have hit his wife at all. Terrible. But, did he deserve what happened to him with Rick? How is he going to feel about what's happening now? And, will we see some kind of, fight break out inside again? Will he try to kill somebody? Will something happen? How's this going to play out as you have Rick's group, the survivors, now with their leader who has been, basically mutinied against kind of by Michonne, which again we'll talk about more soon, being knocked out. What's going to happen afterwards? How's Carol going to react? How's Glenn going to react? You've got the Nicholas thing. all kinds of craziness happening inside of Alexandria, and then we, of course, will probably see the wolves start to close in if they're chasing Daryl and Aaron, or however that goes. So really exciting. Can't wait to see what happens with that. That's about as much as I can say with the description. We do have 3 clips. I'll put all the links in the description for you as well. First one is going to be for the promo. So this is what aired at the end of The Walking Dead episode 15. We get them every week. This one, she first says, Deanna says, we want to talk about Rick Grimes. So she's having a meeting with the people there. They're going to talk about it. What should she do? What should the group do? What do they think? Then we have Glenn talking with Rick, and he asks Rick if he wants this, and Rick basically says no, but he hit his limit. He couldn't take it anymore, and just how different these people are, what they do. And you have a guy like Peter, just absolutely ridiculous that he would be doing that to his wife in these kind of circumstances. But that's what's going on. So he just couldn't take it anymore, and that's what he had to do. Felt compelled to do it. So then we have a voiceover from him saying that they'll find us, they'll try to kill us. When and who? Who are we talking about here? Is he talking about the wolves? Has Daryl come back? Are they planning, or is he talking about Rick trying to take over the community? Is he talking about them leaving, him being exiled? It's really hard to say. In terms of a prediction, I tend to think more that he's talking about the people inside the Alexandria safe zone. I don't think he's talking about the wolves or people outside, but he could be, because it certainly sounds like that would be applicable to them. They'll find us and try to kill us. But would Daryl come to Rick? I don't think so at this time. I think he's more talking to Glenn, but it is a 90-minute episode, so there could be a lot of things happening, so we'll have to wait and see. So that's the promo. We have 2 sneak peeks. Both sneak peeks are awesome. You've got one, which is Maggie going to Deanna, and she's talking to her about what she should do with Rick, letting Deanna know that Rick, that she should cut him some slack, and that she shouldn't exile him or anything like that. If she does that, Maggie doesn't. It seems like she's unsure of what she's going to do, if she's going to have to leave, or they're going to all leave with them, or if they're going to stay. Who knows? It'd be really interesting if they did something like that. I'd like to see that. If she tried to exile Rick, and what would happen as a result. That'd be really interesting to see. I don't think it's going to happen, though, just as a prediction. And then finally we have the sneak peek 2, which is the best out of all of them, which is where you have Peter and you have Carol, and Carol basically puts a knife to his throat, and is basically telling him that she could kill him right then and there. And even though he tries to make a move, she just sticks the knife closer, and gives him the sense that that she may kill him. So what's going to happen with that? Is she just going to warn him? And this guy's been through the ringer at this point. He's got his ass kicked, almost killed, and now Carol's coming and threatening him. Is she going to tell him that he better never do it again, or she will come back and she will kill him? And no one, in the right mind is going to believe Peter if he tells him that she did that. So, wow, that one for me is like a cliffhanger. I can't wait to see. I just wish I could fast forward time to next Sunday to see how that plays out. But yeah, definitely excited for the finale with regards to that, and see whether or not Carol is just going to kill him. Will she just slit his throat? Will she just attack him and just stab him to death and kill him? Definitely would be within character for her to do it, and that for me is part of really exciting about the episode. I tend to think more that she's going to threaten him. She's not going to kill him. She's going to threaten him and make sure he stays in line, and it's going to have the inverse effect, and he's going to feel he's going to go nuts. He's going to lose it, basically, right? So yeah, wow, just can't wait for the finale. I'm so excited for Conquer. So there's all of that. Aside from that, in terms of other predictions and what I can say about it. I'm expecting a lot of it to focus on Rick healing. You can see him walking in the promo and people kind of looking at him. Tobin's got his gun. I did see that he has his rifle. Are they going to let everyone have guns again? Because this whole thing it might get ugly, because you've got kind of like one mini group, and then you have the rest of the group, and you've got them kind of almost being at odds. Deanna trying to understand what to do. So in terms of a prediction, I don't think she's going to kick him out. I doubt it. I think that we might see the danger lurks at the gates thing would tell me that we would probably see the start of the wolves coming back, or coming to Alexandria with Daryl and Aaron coming back. But I don't know. It's tough because it's only 90 minutes. And there's so much stuff going on inside the Alexandria safe zone that it's hard to say if we're going to see an all-out battle with Rick going to the gates and meeting this wolf group and kind of having that comic book moment where he faces off against the big bad wolf, so to speak. Is it Derek? I'm pretty sure it's Derek from the Wolves, leader of the Wolves, unless they change his name or whatever they do with him. We'll have to see. So it just kind of feels like if they bring in that group, that it would be like a really big cliffhanger type ending. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be 90 minutes. Can't wait for it. Aside from that, I think we'll see a little bit of the Wolves, but I don't think we'll see an entire action sequence play out. That said, though, it is a finale, so we got to see something happen. So we got to see some deaths. We got to see some other things happening. And I'm so stoked. I can't wait for it. So in terms of the overall plot, I think that's what we're looking at mostly is the start of the wolf story, but not all of it. I don't think we're going to see the beginning of No Way Out yet. I don't think we're going to see a huge zombie herd come through or anything like that. And I do think we're going to see more of this kind of inner turmoil, kind of like a start of a civil war, sort of. Definitely with Peter probably killing somebody, I would think. And then as a result, Rick killing Peter and possibly, Deanna trusting him or something of the sort like that is what I think is going to happen. But I do think we're going to see, because Norman Reedus did say bring Kleenex to the finale, I do think we're going to see a major death on the side of the survivors. It could be either, I'd say at this point, most likely would be like your Glenn, Carol, Glenn, Carol, or I have said Daryl before, but unless the Wolves capture him and Aaron and hold them hostage at the gates or something, I'll be that'll be interesting to see. I will do a death predictions probably this week, and we'll talk about who's most likely. Of course, you got Tara in there, you've got all the others, and there's tons of possibilities. But we will do that this week. We'll do the one talking about Michonne, and her decision with Rick. And in terms of predictions, it should be a great finale. 90 minutes, can't go wrong with that. I think we'll see a bit of the Wolves, not all of it, and I think mostly we're going to see the continuation of this inner turmoil that's happening inside of Alexandria with a big finale with a couple deaths. But probably not a huge herd, probably not an attacking group with tons of deaths, probably just a couple, just a few. Because we have had so many thus far. So let me know what you guys think about all that. Check out the review if you missed it. I'll also put the link in the description. Check out all three of those, the promo, the sneak peeks. Amazing. Can't wait to see The Walking Dead Season 5 finale conquer. It's been an amazing season, and lots of videos to come after the finale airs and everything. That's pretty much all I got to say for my general predictions. We'll get more specific with those other things I talked about. Again, if you're new to the channel, you want to subscribe, bottom left to subscribe. If you like this video, please thumb it up below. Please share it. Please favorite it. And that's it for today's, guys. See you soon. As always, it's Trev saying peace.